Find the slope of the tangent line to the graph at the given point. We're given here the function f of x equal to -3 over x, and x is equal to -4. Now, we will use the 4-step process to find the slope of the tangent line. Since x is equal to -4, then the first step is to find the expression for, we'll replace x by -4, so -4 plus h. So, to find the expression for -4 plus h, we just replace x here by -4 plus h. So we have -3 divided by -4 plus h. Then, second step is to obtain f of -4 plus h minus f of -4. So at x equals -4, you replace x by -4, you get -3 over -4. That gives you 3/4. So we copy this first. We have -3 over -4 plus h minus, and here this is equal to 3/4. That's your f of -4. Then next, you divide the expression here by h. So you have f of -4 plus h minus f of -4 divided by h. We have -3 over -4 plus h minus 3 over 4 divided by h. Now, next is to simplify this complex fraction here. So we combine the numerator as a single fraction. To do that, we get the LCD. We just multiply the denominators. We have 4 times -4 plus h. And then we look at this and divide this to this. So this expression divided by -4 plus h is equal to 4. Then you multiply that to the numerator here. So 4 times -3 is -12. Minus, and then you look at this, divided by 4 is this expression here. So you have -3 times -4 plus h. Divided by h. And then when we simplify this, let's distribute the number here, -3, to each term inside the parentheses. And the numerator becomes -12 plus 12 minus 3h. And then subtracting this 2, we get -3h in our numerator. -3h divided by, just copy the denominator, 4 times -4 plus 8. Now recall, when you're dividing fractions, you can get the reciprocal of the denominator and just proceed to multiplication. So in other words, instead of dividing this by h, we will just multiply the numerator by the reciprocal of the denominator, which is 1 over h. So we then have this expression here, and by looking at this, we see that h can be factored or can be cancelled. So therefore, this is just equal to -3 over 4 times -4 plus h. Then finally, the slope at the given point is f prime at 4, which is just equal to the limit of the expression here as h approaches 0. So now this difference quotient is just equal to the expression here. So we take the limit of negative 3 over 4 times negative 4 plus h as h approaches 0. So as h approaches 0, this is just equal to 0. So therefore, we have negative 3 over 4 times negative 4. That gives us 3 over 16. So therefore, the slope of the tangent line to the graph at x equals negative 4 is 3 over 16. Another example, given f of x is equal to the square root of x plus 2, find the derivative of f using the limit process, find the derivative at x equals 2, and find the equation of the tangent line at x equals 2. Now, to obtain the derivative of the function, the first step is to find the expression for f of x plus h. That means you replace x in the square root of x plus 2 by x plus h. So replace this by x plus h. You have x plus h plus 2. Then second step is to subtract f of x plus h minus f of x. You therefore have square root of x plus h plus 2, and f of x is given by this. So minus square root of x plus 2. Third step is to get the difference quotient, f of x plus h minus f of x divided by h. So this expression here divided by h, square root of x plus h plus 2 minus square root of x plus 2 over 8. Now, since in the final step, we will evaluate the limit of this expression as h approaches 0, that means the denominator becomes 0. And the numerator too is equal to 0. So, in order to proceed, let's rationalize first this given expression. That means we will multiply this by the conjugate of the numerator. So we have the square root of x plus h plus 2, and then plus square root of x plus 2, divided by the same expression, x plus h plus 2 plus square root of x plus 2. Now multiplying these two, you get the square root of x plus h plus 2 quantity squared minus quantity square root of x plus 2 squared divided by h times the expression here, square root of x plus h plus 2 plus square root of x plus 2. Now, when you square this, the square root will just cancel out. So we have x plus h plus 2 minus, and then you remove the square root here, quantity x plus 2, divided by h times the square root of x plus h plus 2 plus the square root of x plus 2. Now simplifying this, we'll cancel x here and this x. So if you subtract x, if you subtract x and x here, that will zero out. And then the 2 will also cancel out. And so therefore, this is just equal to h divided by h times square root of x plus h plus 2 plus square root of x plus 2. Now h will also cancel. So you have 1 over square root of x plus h plus 2 plus square root of x plus 2. Now in the fourth step, we get f prime of x, and that is equal to the limit of f of x plus h minus f of x divided by h as h approaches 0. So we use this result here and evaluate the limit as h approaches 0. So you have 1 divided by square root of x plus h plus 2 plus square root of x plus 2. And then take the limit as h approaches 0. Now as h approaches 0, this portion here just goes to 0. So this one is 0. Therefore, you have 1 over square root of x plus 2 plus square root of x plus 2. And that is just equal to 1 over 2 square root of x plus 2. So this is the derivative of the function at any x. Next, for letter B, we want to find f prime at 2. F prime at 2 means you evaluate the derivative at x equals 2. So you have 1 over 2 square root of 2 plus 2. 2 plus 2 is 4, and the square root of that is 2. So therefore, this is equal to 1 over 2 times 2, which is equal to 4. So it's equal to 1/4. Now, f prime at 2 is also interpreted as the slope of the tangent line at x equals 2. So for letter C, if we want to find the equation of the tangent line at x equals 2, we will use the slope we obtained in part B for the equation of the tangent line. So the slope will be equal to f prime at 2, which is equal to 1/4. Then we use the point slope form, which is y minus y sub 1 equals m, that's the slope, times x minus x sub 1. Now we are given x equals 2, and x equals 2 is actually our x sub 1. Then we still need to compute for our y sub 1. So our y is just equal to the value of the function at x equals 2. So our function is given by the square root of x plus 2. So f of 2 is just 2 plus 2, which is equal to 2. So y in this case, or y sub 1 in this case, is 2. Now going back to the equation here, we have y minus, and then we use this value for y sub 1, 2, is equal to the slope, which is 1/4. So for m, we use 1/4. 1/4 times x minus the given x, which is 2. And then you simplify. So simplifying this, you can multiply 4 on both sides of the equation to eliminate fraction. So you have 4 times y minus 2 equals x minus 1 times 1. So you multiply both sides by 4. Then you distribute 4 to each term in the parentheses. You have 4y minus 8 is equal to x minus 2. And therefore, you have 4y minus x. You transpose x on the other side, and also negative 8 will be transposed on the other side. So you have negative 2, and the negative 8 becomes positive 8. So you have 4y minus x is equal to negative 2 plus 8, which is 6. This is the equation of your tangent line at x equals 2.